Hellova, she's so fine. Hellova, blows my mind. Hellova, lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2020, Election Day. And I wanted to come back to this lawsuit that was filed to get the ball rolling on 12/11/2018. So that's a fact. It's stamped. Anytime you turn in a document at the courthouse with the clerk's office, they stamp it. Okay? This was stamped at 3:33 p.m. on 12/11/2018. Just even the time is significant. That tells me a couple of things, just because I've done this type of stuff. Somebody was waiting until the last minute to file this document, okay? Because usually the clerk's offices are closed, really closed at 4 o'clock. They may stay open till 5, but they really don't want to deal with you past 4, all right? Now, this is called a complaint, and that is what initiated this lawsuit, which is, go over this again on how this case is styled. Teresa Martin, who is the administrator or the person that is representing the estate of Kenneka Jenkins, deceased. All right. She's suing CPO Hospitality, LLC, which is the Crown Plaza, F&F Realty, Capital Security and Investigations, and MBC Rosemont, LLC, which stands for Murray Brothers Caddyshack. The reason for suing MBC Rosemont, LLC is because they were the food service provider at the hotel. They had actually leased that kitchen area from the hotel. The reason they're suing Capital Security and Investigations is because they were under contract to provide security for the hotel. So, let's get that together. The very first thing that is mentioned is also very relevant, because there's a lot of rumors and gossip going around. But let's get this clarified one last time. And it states, at all times relevant, Teresa Martin was the biological mother of Kenneka Jenkins. So she wasn't the stepmother. She wasn't the adopted mother. She was the biological mother of Kenneka Jenkins. Okay? I think we can all agree on number 2. At all times relevant, plaintiff's decedent, Kenneka Jenkins, was a resident of the city of Chicago, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Okay? I think that we can all agree on that. Let's scan down here. Now, number 8. This matter arises out of a September the 10th, 2017 incident resulting in the death of Kenneka Jenkins that occurred at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel, located at 5400 River Road in the city of Rosemont, County of Cook, State of Illinois. It does not state that it happened at the DoubleTree. It does not state that it happened at her home. This happened at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel. Now, the reason they're using the September the 10th date is because that is when Kenneka was found. All right. Number 9. On or about September the 9th, 2017, at approximately 1:13 a.m., plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins entered the Crown Plaza Defendant's Hotel as a guest. All right. These are just... Okay, let me break this down. So Miss Teresa Martin is a very smart lady. She's also represented by very smart attorneys. Rosemont Police Department has the narrative that Kenneka Jenkins went to this party, got drunk, left out the room, stumbled and fumbled her way down into the kitchen area, walked into this double freezer, closed the door, and froze to death. Okay? So, if that's going to be the case, and all of the documents are wrote up in accordance with that narrative, that makes the hotel very liable. That also makes the security company very liable. It also makes NBC Caddyshack very liable. The only thing that I questioned about the way the case is styled, and it has always puzzled me, is why they have not named the insurance carrier for the hotel in this lawsuit. That kind of threw me just a little bit, because one would think that they would name the insurance company, because the insurance company would be responsible for making sure that before they insure this hotel, that everything is up to par. That's the only reason I bring that up. Now, let's get to number 10. Plaintiff's decedent, Kenneka Jenkins, entered the hotel completely coherent and without incident. We've all seen her walk into the hotel with Shemaya and with Monifa and Bree. Number 11. On or about September the 9th, 2017, at approximately 2:30 a.m. 2:30 a.m. Everybody hearing that? Plaintiff's decedent, Kenneka Jenkins, left a room on the 9th floor and was last seen by her friends at that time. You think about that. Number 12. On information and belief. All right. That means on information that everyone has received and the belief in that information, excuse me, prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September the 9th, 2017, there were multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza defendants and or agents of defendant Capital Security regarding the room where decedent Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. All right. So if that's the case, they're saying that from the time period of 1:13 a.m. when she arrived up to 2:30, there were multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza. That's not even an hour. Well, that's just a little over an hour. All right. A little over an hour. They had multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza. All right. Number 13. On information and belief. Again, on information that they have received and on the belief in that information prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September the 9th, 2017, the Crown Plaza and or Capital Security had actual and or constructive knowledge that there were too many occupants in the room where decedent Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. Also, a smoke detector had been disabled in the room where Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be, and or there was a smell of strong intoxicants emanating from the room where Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. So that is your multiple notifications right there. All right. The multiple notifications were too many occupants in the room, smoke detector had been disabled, strong smell of intoxicants. All right. They ain't mentioning nothing about the noise yet. They'll probably talk about that in court. Number 14. Trying to get it situated here. On information and belief. So on information they got and the belief in that information prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September the 9th, 2017. neither the Crown Plaza or Capitol Security, who had actual and or constructive knowledge of the dangerous impermissible conduct in that room, intervened or appropriately investigated such conduct as was required under the circumstances then and there existing. So, in other words, they're saying that prior to 2:30 a.m. on the 9th of September 2017, Crown Plaza or Capitol Security didn't go in there and intervene, didn't step in and say, hey, time to shut it down. On or about September the 9th, 2017, shortly after the defendants knew and or had reason to know Kenneka Jenkins was missing at or about 2:30 a.m., Teresa Martin was assured by Crown Plaza defendants' hotel staff and employees and or agents of Capitol Security they would check and review all security cameras and footage to locate plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins. On or about September the 9th, 2017, the Crown Plaza and Capitol Security undertook the responsibility of checking those cameras in order to locate her. Number 17. After the defendants were informed of Kenneka's disappearance, the employees of the Crown Plaza or Capitol Security failed to properly monitor and or review security video cameras and footage which would have shown the whereabouts of Kenneka and which would have saved her life. I think we can all agree to number 18 without a doubt. Plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was a guest at the Crown Plaza Defendants Hotel. She was a guest there. Now this is where it gets interesting. Number 19. Plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was last seen near an elevator on the 9th floor where surveillance cameras were installed, in use, and properly working, and therefore she was observable. Has anybody seen that footage from the 9th floor? Where is that footage? Because it plainly states here that surveillance cameras were installed, in use, and properly working, and therefore she was observable. I thought that was pretty interesting. Number 20. On or about September the 9th, 2017, at approximately 3:32 a.m., plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was seen on camera entering a kitchen through the employee door from the downstairs hallway of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel. Let me go back to this 9th floor thing here. Let me go back to this, number 19. I noticed one thing with this statement that I found a little bit odd. This is just me talking. Plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was last seen near an elevator on the 9th floor where surveillance cameras were installed, in use, and working, and therefore she was observable. At what time was that? Just curious. Because up here it states, she entered at 1:13, and now up here it says at approximately 2:30 a.m. she left a room on the 9th floor and was last seen by her friends at that time. So is that when she was on camera on the 9th floor? I don't know. They did not specify. And I also realize that this is a complaint. This is the attorney's opinions based on, like they say, information and belief. However, they do not state that. They very plainly state that this is not an opinion. It says was last seen, not was thought to be last seen. Was last seen near an elevator on the 9th floor, where the surveillance cameras were installed, in use, and properly working. And therefore, she was observable. All right. Number 22. Let me go back here to number 21. Between approximately 2:30 a.m., when the plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was last seen by her friends, and 3:32 a.m., that's 1 hour and 2 minutes, when she was last seen on camera entering an abandoned kitchen, she appeared on Crown Plaza defendant's surveillance footage at all times. That's very important. So between 2:30, when she was last seen by her friends, and 1 hour and 2 minutes later, when she entered this abandoned kitchen, she was on the surveillance footage at all times. Where's that footage? Because we don't have her on footage at all times. For an hour and 2 minutes? No, it ain't there. Then the attorneys allege, had Crown Plaza and or Capitol Security checked that surveillance footage sooner, or alternatively, properly and timely reviewed the video footage, they would have seen Kenneka Jenkins enter the kitchen and would have been able to locate her, which would have prevented her death. That's going to be the slam dunk. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't think this is a winnable lawsuit. This is a very winnable lawsuit. Alright, so let's see. Now, this is very interesting right here. Number 23. On or about September the 9th, 2017, between 2:30 a.m., when she was last seen by her friends, and an hour and 2 minutes later at 3:32 a.m., when she was last seen entering this abandoned kitchen, she passed several hotel personnel who failed to prevent Kenneka Jenkins from entering the kitchen. Are you all hearing that? She passed several hotel personnel. Not she was thought to have passed. She passed several hotel personnel who failed to stop her from going to this kitchen. That's important. Then they allege, as they should, after last being seen leaving, this is number 24, after last being seen leaving a room on the 9th floor, Kenneka Jenkins was visibly disoriented and in dire need of assistance. I think we can all agree on that. Crown Plaza defendants, through their employees, and also Capitol Security, should have assisted Kenneka Jenkins, which would have prevented her death. Okay, I think we can all agree on that too. Yes, they should have helped her. Alright, number 25. Upon information and belief. So upon information they received and the belief in that information, the Crown Plaza maintains several double walk-in freezers within the hotel, but locked and sequestered them from access by the general public. That's interesting. That's one interesting statement right there. Because number 26 says, at all times relevant here too, the kitchen within the Crown Plaza Defendants Hotel contained a double walk-in freezer that was accessible to the general public and all defendants, agents, and or employees without restriction to access. So all the employees had access to this kitchen and this freezer. Then they say that there was a sticker affixed to this double walk-in freezer that was faded and failed to instruct how to release the lock system on the door. That's also a big deal in this lawsuit. They go on to say that this double walk-in freezer was unused and did not contain any food or produce. And then it says, number 29, upon information and belief, all coolers and freezers within the Crowne Plaza Hotel were supposed to be temperature monitored on a regular basis. That's important. When was that last temperature monitored done? Temperature monitoring done, if it was a regular basis. And what exactly is a regular basis? Is that daily? Is that weekly? Is that bi-weekly? What is a regular basis in that instance? On September the 9th, 2017. Now this is what's interesting. At approximately 12:36 p.m., plaintiff's decedent was reported missing to the Rosemont Public Safety Police when the family did not receive a response from the Crowne Plaza staff or Capitol Security staff. So they just didn't even respond to him. The investigation by the Rosemont Public Safety Police started on September the 9th, 2017 at approximately 3:20 p.m. So she was reported missing at 12:36 p.m. and they started to investigate it at 3:20 p.m. Quite a gap there. Upon information and belief, it was not until after Rosemont Public Safety Police requested review of the surveillance that the Crowne Plaza defendants, staff, and employees and or agents of Capitol Security actually began the undertaking of reviewing surveillance footage. I don't know about that. The only thing I keep thinking back to is when Irene did the Zach TV1 interview, and also when Lenore was speaking outside of the hotel and she talked about reviewing this footage. They both spoke on that. So that, I don't know about that. I'd have to really think about that and check into that. On or about September the 9th, 2017, at approximately 10:30 p.m., an unidentified employee entered the aforesaid kitchen and failed to discover Kenneka Jenkins. Well, why is this person unidentified? On or about September the 10th, 2017, at approximately 2:25 a.m., Kenneka Jenkins was found unresponsive inside of a double walk-in freezer in the Crowne Plaza. Number 35, on information and belief, Kenneka Jenkins was caused to die from hypothermia and or freezing to death, which caused immeasurable conscious pain and suffering prior to her death. And like I said before, these people, these attorneys, are very sharp. They are rolling with the narrative that was fed to us, which goes along with all the paperwork. Everything says that Kenneka Jenkins died of hypothermia. So that's why they are going with this narrative in this lawsuit. It only makes sense. When you say make it make sense, that makes sense. That's the only way that lawsuit's going to work. Then they have these counts of the negligence and saying everything that they said in the counts. But I just really wanted to point out some of the basic information that they are saying in this lawsuit, because it is very important for us to get a grip on that and really sit there and think about that, because it's very important, very important. So I'm going to end the video here, but I just wanted to bring up those things. And I thank you guys for watching.